If you are watching this video, today marks 2 years since I've been living with type 1 diabetes. 2 years ago today, I took over the job of being my own pancreas. I was put into the hospital with severe diabetic ketoacidosis and a very high blood sugar. 513 exactly was my blood sugar, or 28.5 millimoles. I've actually told that to so many different people that I've had it memorized. And I should not be here. I was so dehydrated and missing so much body fluid that the doctors literally told me if I would have came in any later, there was a very high chance that I would have either had a kidney shutdown or I would have been in a coma. They said your blood sugars were high, but you know, based on the amount of fluid you're missing, your body wouldn't have been able to sustain itself for much longer. And let me tell you, life has been one heck of a crazy journey for these past 2 years, living and dealing with all the ups and downs that come with type 1 diabetes, from the blood sugar problems to insulin pumps, CGMs, all these other factors that come into play. I would have never ever guessed that this is the way my life was going to turn out, but here I am sharing it with you, and I still cannot believe that I've been living with this disease for nearly 2 years, and that this YouTube channel that I created has been around for nearly 2 years. I started creating content for type 1 diabetes about 3.5 months after I was diagnosed, and I am in awe that I am able to inspire a lot of people to continue to live their best life despite living with a disease like this, because let me tell you, this disease has not stopped me from doing anything that I want to do in my life. I am halfway through a very, very challenging program. I'm in dental hygiene. For those of you that may have just joined my channel or don't know a lot about my career aspirations, I have 1 more year left and then I will be a registered dental hygienist. And let me tell you, I would have never thought that I could manage this disease and have my dream job. I never ever would have thought that, you know, I could do anything with this disease. But you know what? I've been able to prove time and time again that anything is possible with this disease. For the past 2 years, I have checked my blood sugar, poked my finger, changed my pump site, given myself countless injections and pokes, more than I could ever imagine, and those numbers continue to add and grow. The scars that I have on my body are always a reminder of this disease, but it's also a reminder that every scar and every injection means another day that I've kicked this disease's butt, is another day that I've made it with this disease, is another day gone by, is another day that I can say, yes, I've lived my life and I've lived it successfully with this disease. As a matter of fact, I have a huge bruise right now from my Dexcom G6, and let me tell you, it's not the most pretty thing, but I looked at that reminder that every time I place a needle or something into my body, that I'm able to live on, and then I'm able to take what I've done in my past and make for it for a better future. It's not just the physical scars, it's the emotional scars that come with diabetes, and not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people realize what mentally goes on in a type 1 diabetic's head, and over 2 years I felt every emotion coming from this disease. I've dealt with more things than any of you can imagine, and I'm sure those of you that live with type 1 diabetes have been on, and who have been on this journey for quite some time now, have been through these same experiences. And having an amazing community has made it so much easier. Having my faith in God and a supportive family has made this, living with this disease, so much easier. And of course, the technology, the Dexcom G6 and my insulin pump, the Omnipod Dash, has been more than helpful with keeping my blood sugars healthy, because if your blood sugars are healthy, you're going to live a long, happy, and healthy life, and there will be really no complications to be worried about. I really value learning from you guys too. I give a lot and I share a lot of my life, but I'm also getting a lot of really good information and advice from a lot of you that have lived with this disease for even longer than me or even shorter than me. We all can learn from each other, and that's the beauty of having a disease like this, is that we can unite together and really put our heads together and find ways to help live with this disease and be successful. I just want to say, in the past 2 years, I've really gotten to reflect on, you know, no one truly knows the reason why we have type 1 diabetes, but I sit and I look at how much of an advocate I've been for all of you that live with this disease, because I'm not afraid to talk about things. I'm not afraid to bust out companies or help out companies that really have helped and benefited type 1 diabetics. I'm also not afraid to share the negatives that I've had with different companies or different products or so on and so forth, to really share that, hey, you know what, if something's faulty, fix it. If something isn't right, fix it. If you're not getting what you deserve, fight for it. You want to know something? Because in this life, I'm not here to be stomped and bullied on by any company, anybody, especially living with a disease that is so chronic and can literally damage your body if you're not careful. So my biggest thing is that I'm an advocate for you, and I hope you continue to send video topics my way, or questions, or whatever the case may be, because you want to know something is I'm here for you no matter what the circumstance. I've had people direct message me on the various social medias that I do use, and I've been told time and time again, I've helped people through burnout, I've helped people through very difficult times in their life, and that I've been an inspiration to help and serve others. And that is one of my goals in my life, is to help and serve others. And maybe that is why I have this disease, is to take charge and lead type 1 diabetics to be the best version of themselves and lead the best life that they possibly can. Don't ever think that this disease can stop you from doing anything, and it's not going to stop me from having the career I want, the family life I want, whatever I so choose. This disease is not going to hinder me in any way, shape, or form, and I sure hope it never hinders you either. Don't let one bad blood sugar, or one awful blood sugar day, or an awful diabetes day, or whatever you're going through stop you from doing what you want to do in your life. You know what? Because you've got one life to live, and take that one life and lead it. Drive forward with it, because you're not going to get a second chance to live on this earth. So July 22nd is a day that I'm never going to forget, and even last year diabetes nearly killed me from lows, and that is a different story from another day. So July 22nd, 2018 was the day that my life changed forever. And like I said, if you would have told me 2.5 years ago that I'd have a YouTube channel, a chronic autoimmune disease, and halfway through a very, very stressful program and doing well with it, I would have told you were absolutely crazy and that this is not where my life was going to go. I would have told you, nah, you're nuts. I'm not going to have anything wrong. And you know, I don't even take my health for granted. Prior to me being diagnosed, as a young 19-year-old female, I really did take health for granted. I truly never got to experience what it's like to be in an unhealthy state or live with a chronic autoimmune disease or a chronic disease or whatever. I've never got to experience that until July 22nd, 2018. And here I am, living my life, and will continue to live my life until there is a cure, or until my life is over on this earth with this disease. And I never ever take my health for granted anymore. I don't even take really anything for granted anymore that maybe I would have thought to not. I'm lucky I have a home, a car, food on my table. I'm able to pay for my diabetes supplies. Not a lot of people are that lucky. Or there are some that literally can't think to even imagine to buy insulin because it is so ungodly expensive. So in the 2 years that I've been living with this disease, I never take for granted medical or technological advances, the knowledge and the wisdom of medical providers, doctors, nurses, whomever. I will never ever take for granted the ability for me to take care of myself, to have what I have, and to do what I do. And I'm very blessed and fortunate to have the life that I was given, and I would not trade my life for anything in the world, even if it, diabetes wise. I wouldn't even trade having type 1 diabetes, because it has humbled me in more ways than you will ever know. And I think it has humbled a lot of people who have met me in more ways than I'll ever know either. I think I've touched a lot of people's lives, and I hope to touch a lot more. So with that being said, it's my second anniversary. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for your support as always. Take care. God bless. Be kind, spread positivity, and be thankful. Bye.